This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Out Loud and Laughing.
John, I just gotta tell you,
What do you have to?
people are greedy.
This is a holdup. Give me all your money. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Greedy? Greed? Is this our topic today? Greed?
Let's back up. How do you do a virtual holdup?
How do you do a virtual holdup? How would you do a virtual holdup? This is good. Let's stop here for a second. I really want to.
With a Venmo request.
With a Venmo request. Like the Venmo request that's in purgatory.
That's your virtual holdup.
That's so funny.
No, I was just watching like the news, which I should never do.
Oh.
And you hear all of this commentary, and you know that what I'm talking about, how these people are voting against us, but they are happy because they're getting what they want in their own humanity. Like, it's the epitome of greed.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And I think from like a group standpoint, like a group mentality, that this has been innate inside of humanity. It sort of has built civilizations, greed, the Mayan civilization, the Greek and Roman. But I think that there's a natural sense of us that has greed, and I was looking like up some things about it, and I wanted to see a little bit more of a clear definition. I mean, we obviously know what it means, but the idea of wanting more than enough or simply wanting more, I mean, inherently it could be viewed as negative, but it can definitely be framed as ambition too. So I think we should dig up the difference between greed, desire, ambition, but let's focus. Let's see where's the line on greed.
I mean, obviously you have political greed.
Yep.
Right? Which is all things about like lobbying and just getting what you want for yourself and making promises to hurt other people to get what you want. I don't think that's everyone's intention all the time, but people inherently want what they want and they don't care who is collateral damage to
So
them.
basically like political greed, power hungry, just leaders who are shaping
Yes.
laws for personal gain, essentially.
So yeah, I think greed could be a very, very dark thing.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like maybe today we could talk about like how greed could actually be kind of light and funny.
Like colonization.
Exactly. Let's dive into that.
What do you mean? Okay, so you think that like taking it more to like a humorous level, things that are like not so much anxious or stress driven. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's still greed, right? But like let's talk about the epitome of greed. It's still a little dark, but it's very funny. Think about back when we were little and people wanted the Furby doll.
Oh yeah.
Or Tickle Me Elmo.
Oh yeah.
And those doors would open at a toy store, and people would be jumping over each other, hurting them to get a toy that was made for 5 cents in China. That is greed.
Who do you think was in that line?
Your father.
And my mother. For both.
Yeah.
Tickle Me Elmo and Furby.
And they bought a lot of them to sell them.
They bought like
greed.
6. This is when eBay came out. I think they sold. I still have my Furby.
Well, and to be fair, they weren't the only ones doing this, so they were just playing the same game everyone else was. But it's still, at its core, greed.
I'm literally trying to sell my Furby, but I've only gotten a request for up to $1,200, and I'm guarantee I can get $3,000 off of it. I'm not greedy or anything. I just know that it's worth that.
I don't think it is.
I'm just joking. It's definitely greed.
Oh, because someone did like a TikTok recently because they were like pretend you're a Beanie Baby talking to Labubu. The new thing, and the Beanie Baby's smoking a cigarette, and it's like, dude, enjoy your heyday because it's gonna go away soon, and you're gonna be in someone's attic soon, and it's like facts.
It's so true. And like these little digital products, Furbies, Tamagotchis. You remember Tamagotchis?
Yes.
Like the little digital clock or radio or whatever that's inside of it should definitely enjoy the time that it's greedy, because those things always want to be fed, always want to be taken out. Like greed like surpasses humanity when you have a Tamagotchi or a Furby. They are just always trying to vie for your attention. Greedy.
I never had one.
You want my Furby? $3,000.
Yeah, exactly. No, I never had a Tamagotchi, and I remember like something would be happening, and I would tell a friend like, "Oh, give me this! Hurry up, hurry up!" And they're like, "Oh my god, I can't! I have to feed my Terragati. What is it again? Tamagotchi?
I'm going with
Tamagotchi.
Terragati. That's like a designer Tamagotchi. Do you have a Terragati? It's a Labubu Terragati. Sounds like
Yeah,
a car.
it's a fake.
Tamagotchi.
What are
Tamagotchi.
what are some Tamagotchi? That's yeah, exactly. What are some other like greedy moments that people just
Okay, so the last time I was up there, the last time I was up there with you guys, Adam and I went to Costco.
Oh, I know where you're going. Yes.
And they were sampling this new chicken cordon bleu, which is my favorite food group.
Is
And
it? I didn't know this.
oh, I love a pastry, cheese, ham, and chicken. I mean, how can you go wrong?
You would.
And a bechamel. Come on now. That's just like a savory donut, in my opinion. But which I am.
I digress.
Which no, I don't digress. I digreed. But I went back 3 times. The lady actually said, "Sir, it's one sample per person," and I said, "Oh no, I just wanted to taste it one more time." 2 more times. But she called me out on it. So I think greed is apparent. But have you ever just like gone to a Costco sampling, or has anybody here like listening or watching like gone to a sample like at a grocery store or a Costco, or you know who's better yet? And I know you, Total Wine. When you go in and they're doing like a sample, like because drinking and driving is cool. They're like, here, try this wine, try this vodka. You're like, it's happy hour, sure.
Fun fact, I'm not a sampler.
Stop it
I
right now.
when I moved to the burbs and got my Costco membership, I have had not one sample at Costco since I've been. When I go to the liquor store and they're giving out samples, I do not feel the need to have it. I don't like samples. You want to know why? I don't like being sold to. When you take a sample, now all of a sudden, you're a lead. And you're a lead, they're going to talk about the attributes, why you should buy it, all these things. And I feel bad, and I would buy it. So for me, I don't really care about samples.
I didn't realize
That's not my greed.
I didn't realize that it was so much of a trigger, or excuse me, I didn't realize it was so much of a anti-business sense and being sold to sort of anti-tactic. I actually thought you were afraid that it was going to trigger all your greed and that you just would gluttonously like just take it all and that it would just open up this.
I don't want to open the floodgates.
Yeah. I mean, that's my secret. So maybe I'm projecting. Excuse me. How about you?
I saw someone on
Oh,
well, I saw someone on TikTok who actually took mask to Costco. So they got a sample, then they went and got it, put on a different mask and a hat, and then they went and got another sample. And I'm like, now that
is that the
is
husband wife the
dedication
husband
to
wife
greed.
duo and the husband does it?
Not sure,
Oh, that's
but
the one
yes,
I saw because
maybe.
that one cracked me up down to wigs.
My other situation that I wrote down was buffets.
Oh my God.
Because you never have seen greed until you go to a buffet, because people act like it's closing, so they pile their plate up like 3 towers, where it's like you could also get 3 small plates over time and just dine.
It's
But people are piling that shit on.
This is a problem in society, just like food waste and like hoarding
Oh, I
food.
didn't say it was a problem.
Oh. You were just saying, get out of my way. I've got food to eat and I just want 3 plates. No, I think that I might be that person, actually. I apologize. I get too many things. Well, I like to try. And then I'm like, oh, I don't.
You like a sampler plate.
See, I'm a sampler.
But that's funny. I like a sampler plate. Like I like a little bit of everything on a plate, but I don't like a little bit of things throughout a day. Like I can't go like yeah, no, I'm not a hunter. But I've seen the
Yeah,
buffet
you're a
be its
greedy
worst on a
gatherer.
cruise.
Well,
Yeah, seriously, I'm like a chipmunk. I just store it in my cheeks.
we know.
But a cruise ship. You haven't been on a cruise, have
I've
you?
never been on a cruise. It's because I'm not greedy.
I went on one last year.
Was that your first
I
time?
liked it. Yeah, I didn't love it. I liked it. The pedigree of people you're with is questionable. And the food is like eh. The restaurants actually were pretty good. The buffet though, it just but it's really, really like a buffet. Okay, let's dig into this a little bit on the greed
All right.
side. A buffet is really good for a kid greed. Because a Kenzie and Ollie want it, but then when we sit down to eat it, they don't want it. At a buffet, that's fine. I don't need you to eat it. I can go get you something else. It's unlimited. Back to your food waste thing, probably a problem. I don't really care at that point. I'm like, you're not crying, you get what you want type thing. Where at a restaurant, they have to pick something, and then when it comes to the table, all of a sudden they change their mind.
I
So,
don't know, Brian. Indecisive greed. Interesting parenting tactic, I have to say.
listen, I already told you, as long as I'm at a C+, we're good.
Oh, that's funny. I think that that's fine. I think that kids are not the problem. And I don't think that they eat enough food for it to be considered waste, unlike some adults. Cruise ships, interesting. How about like the the all you can quote unquote culture, even like pertaining to like all inclusive resorts, drinking, all you
Mm.
can drink,
Yeah,
the
all of it.
oof, trying to get your money's
When
worth, you know?
well, it's funny because when people feel like it's free, they do a lot of it. But you also paid for it,
But
guys.
I'm
Like
also,
it's not
but
really
like it's
free.
that innate act, it's that behavior that that leads me to believe that it's an innate action or innate feeling to sort of hoard or greed. It like fosters a sense of
Yes.
security, safety, like I have enough to sustain. Like, I mean, it just is inherent. So I think it's very interesting to be
I
mindful of.
Well, it's actually interesting you bring up the whole all-inclusive thing because it reminds me of your sister's wedding coming up in a
Ooh, we'll have to do
few
a special pod
weeks,
about it.
months.
Yeah.
We definitely should. But I think when it comes to greed and weddings, I'm going to call you out. You are definitely the greed that takes home the centerpiece. 100%.
It's because I know what to do with them, but there are people, and including myself, who seek out what they can do with 27 different vases. And I'm that guy. I really am.
You are that one that hoards and puts probably more than one centerpiece in your car if you can.
Oh, it's not just my car. It's like three different people that I know. And I'm like, if you take three and I take nine, that will help me get my art installation together for
Mm,
my new sculpture that I'm planning to never put together. But yes, there are people at weddings who like take like all the gifts or like
all
all the candy coated almonds.
No, those are horrible for your teeth. Um, Fun fact, was
Okay,
at a
I'll
wedding.
get more. I'm greedy.
The mother of the bride made these really pretty pillows because it was like a very much like a Indian wedding, so everyone was like sitting on pillows on the floor and stuff, and you're able to take your pillow home. Great, very nice, very sweet. She hand sewed all of them. Whatever. Um, some people very very close to me who may have given birth to me liked said pillow. John, the trunk wouldn't close. They had like 10 because they wanted them for the backyard.
I never saw them in the
And we
backyard. Were they there?
Well, that's because they didn't last very long.
Oh.
We still laugh about it today, even with the bride, who knows, and my parents. And it was the funniest thing. But we were like, thanks for the 10 pillows. Yeah, Lindy was like, well, my mom actually wondered why all the guests didn't get some, so she had to sew some more. So good.
They probably got it from our grandmother who would steal literally cloth napkins, condiments, plant clippings,
Packets of ketchup.
I don't remember squeezing ketchup out of a bottle until I was at least 14.
Literally. I remember we were with them once. So our grandmother had a drawer of soy sauce, ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard. Anything that was in a packet, it was in that drawer.
But to be honest, do you know what I do now? Y'all know that, y'all already know if you listen to the podcast that I'm not only a Disney pass holder, but also a big fan of Disney, which can really put a dent in your pocketbook. And if you're greedy for money, like it's not very good or happy of a feeling to leave behind. But you know, my new found trick for food at Disney, because I'm trying to like be healthy, they give a
You bring ketchup packets
no,
and you just suck on those all day.
kind of, but they're not ketchup. They are the
Okay.
little containers of peanut butter. So like when I find them, I'll take like 6 to 8, and like that'll be like my snack throughout the afternoon. And like as opposed to a $6 to $8 or $12 snack, I'm just fingering a little container of peanut butter. I'll be in line. I will just scoop that thing. I will lick it. I'll just, oh man, it's disgusting, but hey, it's free and I greeted it.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah.
Creamy or crunchy?
Creamy for sure.
I figured. Um,
Crunchy's questionable.
but I remember there was one time because to your point, our abuela didn't keep any of the condiments in the fridge because she had a whole drawer of them. So I buy a big jar at the grocery store, and I remember she was gonna make me a can of tuna, and I said, okay, let's get some mayonnaise, but there was no mayonnaise anywhere. There was no mayonnaise packets, nothing in the fridge. So we squeezed ketchup packets with tuna, and that was my lunch.
Oh man, that's an acquired
Very
taste.
savory.
It's an acquired taste.
I mean, I didn't hate it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that I said acquired taste. I didn't say it was gross.
What about like animals? Like, do you like when it comes because animals can be greedy too. Like whenever, and I'm sure this happened when you had Brody,
100%.
but whenever you fed them, it's as if they haven't eaten in years. Like they're so greedy, they hoard it, they like scarf it down so quickly. Like even some dogs, if you even put your finger near their bowl when they're eating, they'll like nip at you, like kind of greedy in a good way.
Kids and dogs, or kids and pets, both hoard and are greedy for the same things: food
Yes.
slash snacks slash treats. Not those are not the three things. That's one thing. So food, snacks, treats, toys, and time. They want all three of those things all the time. And if you're not giving it to them, they look at you like you've just like told them the worst news of their life.
I feel like that's everyone, John, for those three.
I mean,
Like I love a good
I love
toy,
food, toys, and
I
time.
love a good snack, and I love time.
I have a good time. I have a good time with you. I'm greedy for it all the time. I want more and more and more. That's why we keep making these podcasts because I just can't get enough of it. Um, because sharing is caring, Brian.
Sharing is absolutely caring. What about when it comes to greed? Like, and I know we talked about this an episode or two ago, like splitting checks and stuff, but people who are like penny pinch, like, will literally say, like, nope, I only owe 763, where it's like, you could just give me the 10, guy, like, or like,
There's that person, and then there's also the person who's like greedy for all the credit card points. I'll just put it on my credit card, Venmo me, and you're just like, bro, can I just? I kind of want my share of points. I don't know.
100%.
It almost feels like they're
That's
like
greedy.
beating the system in front of you. They're like, no, 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 no. I want a free cruise, and you're like, I'm working towards a free cruise too. You
Hmm.
greedy son of a.
Let's take a little bit of a turn on greed, because I feel like when it comes to greed, like, there's the negative side that we briefly talked about. There's the funny side of greed. But then there's that personal side of greed. And I think there's elements of like, I remember one of my good friends, well, our good friends, Tatiana, she told me once when I was going through something, she was like, you need to take care of yourself first, and you need to put your mask on first. When an airplane's going down, they say put your mask on first. In theory, that's definitely a definition of greed, taking care of yourself first. But I don't think they see that as a bad thing at all. I think we need to take care of ourselves to be the best we can to help other people. So some might see it as greedy, but I don't see it that way. What do you think?
I think like what we were kicking off with at the beginning, where that goes into sort of like ambition. So it's like a reframing, because people who can be considered personally greedy or sort of taking care of themselves for the sake of this conversation. I mean, Bernie Madoff took care of himself, but he also destroyed a lot of other people. But you know, I think it's important that to not really frame everything as greed. I think like putting boundaries up for yourself and understanding what it is that you need to show up as your best self. I don't necessarily think that that's greedy. I would somehow not necessarily disagree, but I think it's all about the framing. And that's sort of what I'm going to do. Because, where do we notice that greed in ourselves, right? Is it money? Is it time like we were just talking about? Is it attention and love, which brings up a whole slew of additional concerns, questions, and things that you probably should talking about with your therapist. And when does self-interest
You're,
cross into greed?
it's true. I think it's a gray area.
Yeah, yeah, because then like wanting more, like the idea of like, well, I want to be a millionaire or I want to win the lottery, and if I had this lump sum and if I hoarded all of this money or food or mass of wealth, amassing wealth or whatever, then I can give it away is another
Yeah.
idea. So it's like, what's the redirect here? Like, is it so that you can sort
But
of
no one ever does that.
no? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like you say you're going to do it and
Yeah.
then you don't.
People just take, the more they get, the more, less they want to give it away.
Yeah. So I think it's like really interesting, like, for those who are out there and like kind of all joking aside, because sometimes we're serious, you know, we have to understand that greed innately comes from the fear of that there isn't enough. Right. I think when we start to learn about ourselves, all the things that scare us or bring like extreme emotions, it's usually the opposite thing that's like driving that. So the fear that there's not enough, so that if we just start practicing gratitude for the things we have, like the first snack at Costco, um, or noticing that what you already have, and that it can essentially then retrain your brain to feel abundant instead of deprived.
I see it a little differently. I see that greed is the love of the feeling.
Ooh, greed for greed.
because like
That's meta.
when you make money, it feels good, so you want to make more money. When you get that sample at Costco, that felt good. I want more of that. So it's almost like the love of that feeling. And then it turns into darker places where people have the love of power and then become greedy because they want to be powerful. But I feel like it's that love of that feeling.
It's that,
right?
It's that
like
insatiableness.
Yes, it gives you that like, I want more of that. It's almost like a bump type of thing, and you're like, I want more, and it becomes an addiction almost.
I mean,
that's how I see it.
Then you're gonna end up as that woman from The Greatest Showman on stage singing all about it never being enough, and you're gonna be yelling.
Listen, it is never going to be enough. Just like you at Costco,
and just like this
sample
podcast,
queen.
never enough.
Never enough, but
hoard and greed,
always enough.
Hoard and be greedy for us in our time, because we'll always be here for you. Take. We love talking to y'all. I love talking to you.
I love talking to you. Stay greedy.
Stay needy and greedy, y'all.
This was Out Loud and Laughing.
We're available everywhere you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeart, or wherever.